Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's webinar titled A Parent's Guide to Modern Day Injuries, How Technology Use is Transforming Musculoskeletal Complaints. My name is Allie Briere and I'm your host today, so without further ado, let's jump right into tonight's topic. Over the course of tonight, I'm going to be taking you through these topics. So a little bit about myself. We'll be talking about hidden dangers of technology, the stats surrounding technology use, which are very alarming, why it matters, what you can do, and some prehab you can start implementing with your children right now, and then we'll wrap up with a Q&A. So let's get into it. Like I said, my name's Allie Briere. I am currently in my last year of chiropractic school at Northwestern Health Sciences University. I am passionate about increasing the number of females participating in sport. Little fact here, 1.5 million more men play sports each week than women, and I'm on a mission to change this. Additionally, I'm invested in getting kids off their phones, their tablets, and their game consoles and getting them active and pain-free. So fun fact, most people don't know this, but I actually used to be a competitive bowler. Yes, like in a league, competitive bowling. But if you know my grandma Ange, this little tidbit of my life would make sense because she was an avid bowler herself, and it was something that we were able to do together. The reason I bring this up, though, is because most individuals at some point in time have gone bowling and can comprehend the weight of a bowling ball, which is an important relatable fact because the average head weighs about 10 to 12 pounds. So now imagine that 10-pin bowling ball on top of your neck. That's how heavy your head is. Now that we all have an understanding of just how heavy a head can be, it's important to understand that in neutral alignment, ears in line with shoulders, the chin slightly retracted, or what I call a double chin position, and the shoulder blades pulled back, the weight of the head is evenly distributed through the neck, such that little stress is being placed on the neck itself. So let's take a look at what happens when we deviate from a neutral alignment. As the head falls forward into a flexed position and out of neutral alignment, the effect of the weight of the head on the spine increases exponentially. According to one study, with the head tilted 15 degrees forwards, the effect of the head's weight is equal to 27 pounds. That same study found that with a 60-degree head flexion, the effect can reach up to 60 pounds. Therefore, it should come as no surprise that over time, this sustained improper posture applies undue pressure to the spine and contributes to neck pain. A recent study performed by Fairs et al. In 2017 looked at neck pain in children and youth. All the participants spent on average 5 to 7 hours on their smartphones and handheld devices. Additionally, all were observed to have their necks bent forward at an angle greater than 45 degrees while utilizing their devices. Unsurprisingly, all participants reported having neck pain and discomfort that carried down into their shoulders for more than 6 months. This study highlights the role technology is playing in neck pain, the consequences of prolonged technology use, and the risks associated with improper posture while utilizing devices. So let's dig into some of these alarming stats. Screen time stats from 2010 indicate that children ages 8 to 18 spend approximately 7.5 hours using some form of entertainment media per day. This is broken down to include 4.5 hours watching TV, 1.5 hours on the computer, and over an hour playing video games. This data lies in stark contrast to the 7% of Canadian children and youth whom accumulate at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous intense physical activity at least 6 out of 7 days, and to the 33% of kids that are meeting the daily physical activity recommendations of 60 minutes per day. Furthermore, more kids today than ever have access to technology in their bedrooms. More than 1 in 3 kids have a computer and internet, half have gaming consoles, and more than 2 out of 3 have TVs in their room. With such alarming stats on the use of technology and ease of access kids have, it should come as no surprise that children and youth are spending hours a day bent forward, looking at screens, perpetuating the problem of neck pain. So why does it matter? Among all health conditions for years lived with a disability, neck pain was ranked 4th by the World Health Organization. In addition, data from WHO, or the World Health Organization, Global Burden of Disease Study showed that of any health condition, neck pain is the 8th ranked reason for most years lived with a disability for those aged 15 to 19. This ranks higher than well-known adolescent public health problems such as asthma, road injury, and alcohol and drug use. As the surge in prevalence of neck pain, or what has been dubbed tech neck, occurs in childhood and adolescence, it's necessary to investigate the condition at this stage of life, while they are first in pain and in childhood. So between the cost of medication, doctor visits, chiro-care, and/or physical therapy, treating neck pain can be pricey. A study conducted by the Journal of American Medical Association, or JAMA, found that neck pain accounted for the 3rd highest amount of healthcare spending. And this is important to remember when budgeting for neck pain, that you need to factor in the cost of taking time off work, the fuel cost of getting to appointments, and possibly the child care cost incurred for the additional children while being at the appointments. But let's not forget, this is in addition to the money you've already spent on the iPads, cell phones, computers, tablets, and game consoles contributing to their pain. Parenthood, let's talk about it. Though I'm not a parent myself, I do have 2 incredible ones. And I can tell you that if it weren't for my mom's nursing skills, I think my dad would have been rushing us to the walk-in clinic unnecessarily. I remember on 2 occasions when my mom wasn't around and he had to take the lead on some medical emergencies. And his powerlessness to know how to alleviate our pain and the uncertainty he felt about what to do left him feeling a bit helpless. As a future clinician, my goal is to equip you, the parents, with tools and knowledge to help and prevent tech neck. So what can you do? First and foremost, understand the risk factors surrounding technique. This is the first step in both preventing and implementing restorative actions. My recommendations here: become both mindful and aware of the time your child spends utilizing technology and the neck positions that they have while utilizing such technology. Second thing, the number one factor for suffering an injury is a previous injury, and therefore, if your child is already complaining about neck pain, the likelihood of them experiencing again is higher. So this makes prevention a key element. Let's stop it before it starts. On the flip side, nip it in the bud. If your child's already experiencing pain, understand that the initial onset provides the best opportunity to develop the most successful treatment for them. Pain is the last response to a problem, unless the mechanism is traumatic. The human body is very intelligent and willing and capable to adapt until it can't anymore before it creates pain. So if pain is being created, it's an indication that a problem has been occurring for a while and/or a substantial amount of damage has developed, both of which will take prolonged time to heal. So let's walk you through some steps for prevention, or what I like to say, tech neck prehab. So the first step is setting a timer. This is the easiest of the 5 steps to implement, as you'll ultimately have the most control over it. Begin by becoming aware of the time your child is currently spending using technology. I preface this specific strategy this way because for most children, they will be significantly over the recommended screen time, and cutting back fully could cause some increased tensions in your household. So start with minimizing screen time and working towards the following guidelines. According to the Canadian 24 Hours Movement Guidelines for Children and Youth, no more than 2 hours per day of recreational screen time is recommended for those aged 5 to 17 years old. Recreational screen time is defined as the time spent using technology outside of the classroom. For children aged 2 to 4, the guideline recommends screen time be limited to no more than 1 hour, and it's recommended that children younger than 2 have no screen time at all. Step 2. Teach them proper ergonomics. At this point, I want to introduce the concept of protraction and retraction. When your child spends time in a protracted position, as illustrated by the picture on the right, this reverses the optimal curve of the neck, putting the lower neck into a flex position and the upper neck into an extended position. It's important to remember how heavy that head is and the importance of a neutral alignment. The picture on the left illustrates how the neck would look in a more neutral alignment. In this position, the lower neck is extended and the upper neck is flexed, putting the ears over the shoulder and the chin into a slight double chin position. So let's practice. Start by pushing your chin forward into that protracted position. Now, bring your ears so they are stacked on top of your shoulders. Then, pull your chin back to give yourself the most beautiful double chin you can. Now relax your double chin by about 20 to 25%. This is what neutral alignment feels like. So now that you understand what neutral alignment feels like and looks like, because be honest, you're probably going to go try this in your bathroom mirror tonight. Implementing the proper tech ergonomics should be easy. Simply use technology in a manner that allows your neck to remain in this position. If your child is using a cell phone or tablet, have them bring it up to eye level so their head can stay in a neutral alignment, or they can lay on the floor with a device above them. Are they utilizing a computer, laptop, or just watching TV? Have them sit in a chair with a back, elbows and knees bent to 90 degrees with their feet flat on the ground, and you guessed it, the screen at eye level. Now note here, if your child's feet don't touch the ground, bring the ground up to them. That means maybe they need to have a little stool underneath their feet so their feet can touch, or use some textbooks stacked up so their feet can touch. I do include a resource list of different products that you can use to help implement proper ergonomics with your children at the end. Step 3. Keep an eye on their posture. If you notice that your child's head is drifting into a protracted position, it's important to provide some correction. Additionally, it can be an indicator that your child's time spent using the technology is up, especially if the child has been taught neutral alignment, as you will most often see the head in a protracted position after prolonged periods of technology use. Additionally, it could be your children's vision, so ask them if they're having trouble seeing the screen or reading the text. Due to the vision problem, it could be causing them to poke their head forwards to bring the screen closer to them. You could also think about enlarging the font size to make it easier to read and prevent against the protracted position. Step 4. Help them build some strength. How you help your child build strength will be dependent on the age of your child. However, as parents, your best option is to support and promote them in activities that develop shoulder, chest, back, and neck strength through pushing, pulling, and rolling objects. These activities don't necessarily have to come in the form of a structured or formal activity. They can come from play. Take them to the park. Get them climbing up the play center. Take them rock climbing or to a rope course. Or just organize a good old backyard Olympics, complete with a tug-of-war, wheelbarrow races, and monkey bars. The possibilities of play are endless and only stop at the limitations of your imagination. Our final step here, step 5, address the pain right away. As mentioned earlier, pain is an indication that a problem has been there for an extended period of time or a significant amount of damage has occurred. If they're complaining about pain, be sure to have them assessed by a clinician now versus later. So, looking at this slide, you may be thinking a monkey, a mom-daughter duo, and a cell phone have nothing in common, but they do. Remember the saying, monkey see, monkey do. Well, just as you're watching your child's posture, setting a timer for their tech use, and helping them build strength, they're watching you. How you use technology and the posture in which you are using your cell phone, your tablets, etc. are influencing their behaviors. Additionally, you might also be normalizing neck pain. Are you currently suffering from your own tech neck and verbalizing your discomfort? Kids are sponges, and they pick up on more than we recognize. As I mentioned earlier, here's the resources that I indicated would be available for you on this website. They're just different products that can help improve the ergonomics that your child uses with technology. And finally, before we wrap up, if you do have any questions, please make sure you comment on the group page so that I can answer them, or you can email me at abriere@nwhealth.edu. You can also get a hold of me in person. If you leave your email list in our group, I will be sure to notify you when I'm back in Saskatchewan and when I'm accepting patients. Additionally, if you want to follow along, get a little bit more tips on health and wellness, you can come hang out with me on Instagram at Bones and Barbells. Again, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope that you got some information here and that you're able to better help your children with their technology use and get them more active and out of pain. So